All right. We should be all good to go. What's up, Electronic Pumpkin? Britt, Sean, Lonely, Tristan, what's poppin'? How are you good folks doing today? I should probably tweet out the stream or something. Hey, and anybody in the chat who wants to tweet out the stream too, I appreciate you. Tweet it out, put it on Discord, send it in a group chat, send it to your homeboy, your homegirl. Somebody. There we go. Boom. Let me put it in Discord. Bada boom, bam, bop. Boom. How? Let me delete that last ping. Let me at everyone in the server. At everyone. Everyone got a ping. You get a ping, you get a ping, you get a ping. All 400 pings. You all get pings. I was going to do this stream with friends, but then I also realized some of you guys might not like having a bunch of people in a call and stuff like that. So volume's good. Good to hear. What are you playing? Probably not playing nothing. I mean, we might play some things throughout the stream, maybe. You know, maybe I'll load up some Star Wars or something. Play something else. Play some Chrono Trigger. Pretty good night for you. Just leaving shift. Hey, get home safely. Trace the connection of pings. Be on the computer. Type in. Tracing the connections. They want to say JRPGs. That's literally my last name. That's literally my last name. Literally the only JRPG I've ever played is Final Fantasy and Fairy Fencer F. Never played Kingdom Hearts? Kingdom Hearts is a JRPG. But I'm not gonna lie, I know a lot of Kingdom Hearts fans are mainly Kingdom Hearts fans, not fans of necessarily JRPGs, mainly because I've asked. At least as far as this community is. Sam said Promised Neverland dropped today and volume is all good. What's up, Moose Wayne? Also, yes, I'm so iffy on the Promised Neverland, primarily because I read the manga, and apparently they're saying the season 2 is gonna go differently in the anime than it is the manga, and then that's where the whole continuity sake starts happening, which is really canon and all that stuff. And then it's like, what if it's not as good as the manga story, you know, because you know that's Promised Neverland ain't no action, it's a horror thriller anime, so you know the plot is the most important thing. So I'm hoping that it's at least as good as the mangas, because this next season was gonna be GOAT tier, you know, for it. So it's like, dang, dude, I remember hating having to wait each week for each chapter, dude. It was great. It was great, and I hated it. I've been all right, Britt. How about you? Star Ocean 3. I've never played any Star Ocean. I was actually looking into it. Star Ocean was one of the remake. I think it's on Switch. That was actually the contender for the next series before Nier was picked. What's the best JRPG this year? Well, granted that we're only 7 days in and no real big JRPGs have released yet, I'm not too sure. But I'm really thinking that Neo The World Ends With You is going to be a banger. They're aiming for, based off what Yoshi P is saying, it seems like we can believe that Final Fantasy 16 will release this year, based off what Yoshi P is saying. So, you know, 16 has been in development for a long time. So based off what he is saying. At least he hasn't said 2021, but he says it will be out much sooner than you think. And honestly, this year even if it doesn't come out, I'm really hyped for Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest's anniversary is this year. Same thing with Zelda. Everybody knows Zelda's my favorite franchise, and as much as you don't want to admit it, Zelda is a JRPG. It is. It literally falls under every category. Just like how every JRPG can technically also be an action adventure game. They both fit both, categories. But Breath of the Wild sequel, I'm very excited for. We have no idea if it's going to come out this year, but the fact that I know we're not going to have to wait too long for it. It's been over a year since we even seen anything of it. Just the only thing about it is though, Breath of the Wild only took so long because they had to develop an entire engine. And remember, Monolith Soft is the one who actually designed that world, and they put that world together from scratch. And Monolith Soft is not a big company, yet they're able to use the few people that they have to craft worlds like Breath of the Wild and Xenoblade 2, Xenoblade Chronicles X. Those worlds are humongous and squeeze so much juice out of those freaking consoles, and it's always wonderful. So that's why it's like the fact that they don't have to go as hard with this just shows that it's probably going to be out sooner than we think. Just like how they had to develop the engine for Ocarina of Time back then, and Majora's Mask only needed 1 year of development because it used the exact same engine, so they didn't have to develop a whole bunch. Same thing, which why I like that a lot of companies use Unreal Engine, because you can make Unreal Engine, especially Unreal Engine 4, look so varied. It's hard to believe that Kingdom Hearts 3 and Octopath Traveler are using the same engine. Those games are using those are both using that same game. Look at Final Fantasy VII Remake. Final Fantasy VII Remake and Octopath Traveler are using the same game engine. That just goes to show you how powerful and how I guess diverse and malleable that actual engine is. It doesn't matter. I mean, action RPG still falls under JRPG, because action RPG and JRPG can be the same. But Japanese JRPG just means it was made in Japan. So JRPG doesn't necessarily mean action RPG or turn-based RPG. There are strategy RPGs. There are turn-based RPGs. There are action RPGs. JRPGs can be in any of those things. Just these ones are made by Japan. Still need to watch it. Thanks, bro. They better make it good. I'm there for the plot for sure. Her first episode was good though. It better be good. It better be good. All right. It better be good. Yeah, I think you'd enjoy it. I mean, I'm not sure how separate from the manga it's gonna be, because again, I technically never finished Promised Neverland. The manga finished quite a while ago. It's not a long series at all. But I'm not gonna lie, it really started dropping the ball towards the end. I was just like, what are these characters doing? It got so needlessly complex at every angle. And I was like, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I'm lost, and I feel like this is getting kind of mid. And it's like, maybe it's one of those things you need a 2000 IQ to actually understand. So it's like, maybe it just wasn't for me at the end. But it's just sucked because it's been so self-explanatory, and so streamlined and so enjoyable for anybody, to enjoy for all this time. And then they drop the ball like that. And I know I'm not the only one that thinks that. I've had other friends who all feel the same way. And it kind of sucks that ended up happening. Maybe I can go back to it. Maybe I'll do a reread of it, and maybe I'll enjoy it in the end. I hope Final Fantasy 16 releases on PS4. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm pretty sure they already said it's not coming on PS4. I'm gonna be real with you. And I very much hope it's not, because at the end of the day, when you start look at Cyberpunk, when you start making a game, especially because that game was originally developed for it, in the end, it was because trying to make that game run on PS4 is what made the whole product ended up just falling flat. Final Fantasy 15, I'm sure, and Final Fantasy 7 Remake, is definitely the last mainline Final Fantasy game for PS4. They're certainly doing 16 for PS5. My hope is that 16, 7 Remake, etc. come to PC also. primarily, and I hope it comes to PC at the same time. I hate it when they make it, when they separate those releases. It sucks. I didn't like that they did that with 15. But at the time, I probably would have got it for PS4 anyway, which I did, because I didn't have a great PC back then. But now that I do, I'd like to squeeze everything I can out of it. But at the end of the day now too, I feel like mods is the biggest reason I like getting JRPGs on PC, primarily because, like, well, one, getting Kingdom Hearts on PC would be amazing. You know how many mods you can do and stuff like that, play as Kairi during this fight, which people are already doing, but imagine if they didn't have to jailbreak their consoles just to do that. They could do it natively because it supports it. When 15 came to PC, people had a field day. I've played 15 using Keyblades, the Master Sword from, you know, the Zelda franchise. I've used the Monado. You know, I've used crazy stuff in 15, and it's great. You can completely change the character models and stuff, you know. And if you get a little deeper, I think with like Nexus mods, you can change the voice lines and stuff like that too. Kind of like how people have been doing with GTA recently. It won't be a 5 exclusive. Okay, okay. I thought they had said something about that. What's up, gamer girl? I know it sucks, but at least I can hope they come in clutch at the last second. I'm be real with you, Moose. You might want to save up for that PS5. Be real with you. Be real with you. You might want to save up for that PS5. I feel like I need to step my streaming game up. I think we're doing good with the playthrough streams, and I feel like we're doing good with videos. I can upload more videos. I need to definitely do that. Honestly, I've kind of been in a rut since Christmas and New Year's. Not that I don't have video ideas, it's more like I guess I've gotten comfortable, which I need to get out of that comfy spot. I need to get out of that, you know, and start working on grinding videos, especially because I go back to school in, like, I'm looking at my thing like I got a freaking watch. I got like 4 days left till school, and I have no idea how that's gonna be. So it's like, oof. Especially during all this quarantine, you know, quarantine school is not the best. So I know some people, you know, already dealing with that, but you know, so I'm not acting like I'm, you know, the only one going through it, but still. Also, I kind of want to show you guys something I made too in a minute. What's up, Key13? Well, in that case, I've also played Kingdom Hearts DMC, God of War, Fallen Order. Awesome. How'd you like Fallen Order? I loved Fallen Order. And I want Cloud and Sephiroth back in KH. I kind of don't care if they're never there again. If they are, I want them in their own world. I want them to be the different versions of the characters we've already seen. Like, say the cast of characters we saw in the series so far was the regular 7 version of these characters, but say they go to a Final Fantasy 7 world. I'd love to see them meet the 7 remake characters there, you know, instead. So they haven't met these people before, despite them acting like they know them, you know, especially because Final Fantasy has talked about alternate worlds and stuff throughout the series. Even, you know, Square is big into that in their own, you know, throughout many of their games. You know, Dragon Quest has done that. You know, Final Fantasy has done that. Also, The World Is With You has done that. Kingdom Hearts is doing it now. So it's just like they have this Square omniverse they can work with. And the extraverse they talk about in the world of Final Fantasy. Minecraft is the best JRPG. It's funny, because Minecraft is literally an RPG, but it's not a JRPG. Because what's his name? The one dude who made Minecraft, he ain't Japanese, and he didn't make it in Japan. So, what's up, Ethan? I heard from lots of people that it died off at the end for that if the creators of the show to change it. Oh, so you're saying that they changed the season 2 for that reason? The thing is, they didn't need to change that far back though. They didn't need to change up to season 2. Where I'm talking about where it got bad would be like season 4, season 5 maybe. You know, there probably won't be 5 seasons, but it'd probably be like, I think there's, how many chapters did Promised Neverland have? Let me actually look at this. I got my Shonen Jump app, thankfully. I was wondering why my phone looked so dark. I was like, why my phone's so dark? And realized the thing was, the visibility was low. Let's look at how many chapters the freaking series has. The Promised Never, I should actually type it in instead of looking for it. The Promise. That's not what I'm looking for, bro. The Promised Neverland, 185 chapters. Well, technically it ended, those are extras. It ended on chapter 181. So that's going to be about 4 seasons, maybe. What My Hero is about to be on chapter 5, season 5, right? My Hero is currently at 296 chapters, and they're on season 5, which that's pretty far back. Let me look. Let me look at 130. Y'all, oh yeah, y'all seen this. There's a certain character, but he's dead. So it's like, y'all seen him die already though, so it don't matter. So you guys are probably in the 150 territory. 140, 150 territory. No, that's overhaul right there. You've seen that already. So 165. Oh yeah, right here. This is the next arc right here. No, y'all seen this already too. This is when they're getting their little license things. Y'all seen that already too. It's probably, okay, you guys are like in the 160, 170 territory, it seems. Right around there. So you guys are around 100 chapters back. And depending on how pacing goes, generally most anime do 2 chapters, 2 to 3 chapters for an episode. So it would have to depend. That if you do the math there, that would equate how many seasons 296 would be in. What's up, Jason? 16 is only a limited exclusive, so it should come to PC. Yeah, I mean that's what happened with 15 also. I mean, if it's anything like 15, I'll probably end up buying it twice anyway. Just talking stream, we out here, TM. Greetings from Greece, man. Keep up the work. Appreciate that, Antonis. Thank you. Appreciate you. I hate it here, bro. It'd be like that, Moose. GTA mod memes are so great, dude. Especially like the Lamar roasting Franklin. I don't know who dug up that meme, them 2013 memes, bro, but it's still golden, bro. It's golden, bro. If a friend came at me and roasted me like that, bro, y'all probably never hear from me again. Y'all would probably never hear from me again, dude. I'd be taking the rest of my life to evaluate how I got myself in that situation. That would literally be it. Hey, I love this song. I don't even, oh yeah, Persona 4 Golden. Oh, my favorite song in Persona is playing right now. I forgot because I changed it so quickly at the beginning. I love this song so much. Hopefully it's not, I'm not too, like, hopefully the song isn't too loud. I really love your streams for the ones that I watch, and just like the chill talking ones. It seems like a lot of people like the chill talking ones the most. Because I mean, playing a game is nice, but just hanging out, talking as a community, those are some of my favorite streams to do. Honestly, I was really not feeling like streaming. The main reason we didn't stream earlier at the normal time was because I was going to be in a stream with a friend. But he decided to change his mind last minute because I guess he wasn't feeling the best. And, now I was like, all right, bro. I mean, I guess I can still stream, but you know how it be though. Where did my comments go? I should put my comments over here. Not gonna lie, why did I think that last song was from Cage? Didn't realize it was Persona. That's crazy. Hey, Sam, I got school next week. Saying I have school. Yeah, you know your stuff, so talking tunes are pretty interesting. Yeah, I appreciate that. Honestly, I feel like that's why I get so in a comfort zone, because it's like, oh, I know what I'm talking about. So it's like, I ain't got nothing to be worried about. But, dude, I beat Dragon Quest 11 S today. And they got the true ending. I beat the true final boss, everything. Dude, it was great. And because I was playing S, I ended up, you can marry, other characters, pick Jade, of course, I think the funny thing about that though is in the original game, And of course, marriage in general is completely optional. There's no relationship mechanic or anything in that game. None at all. So marrying somebody in general kind of feels strange, which is why it's completely optional, to where you beat the game without it ever telling you you can even do it. You'd only find out you can do it is if you go to a certain character you meet in the game, and they give you a bunch of objectives for the post game story stuff. If you want to do it, you can do it if you want to. And beating one of the trials is you can, one of the wishes you can make is for you to live forever with somebody, and you can choose mostly people from your party or your childhood friend. In the original game, if you chose to marry anybody, it had to be your childhood friend. But in the re-release of the game, you can marry anybody. You can spend the rest of your life with your homies, or you can spend it with a special gal or something. Part of me thought about going with Eric, just because I was like, bro, just chilling with the boys, staying forever a bachelor. I thought that'd be kind of cool. But at the same time, I really like Jade, so I had to do what I had to do, if you catch my drift. What's up, Digital Slayer? Alternate world stuff is so cool, but can get so confusing. It gets confusing when it's not explained well. If it's not explained well, I don't think it's gonna bode well. I personally don't think so. But my thing is, when people hear that there's an alternate world anything and stuff, people tend to just zone out and stuff. As soon as they hear the concept come up, they stop trying to pay attention like they were before. But it's like, the stuff isn't always complicated. It's just that people choose to stop listening, So it's like, I don't know. Sometimes it could genuinely be confusing. Like the time travel stuff in Dream Drop Distance was genuinely confusing, and I understood why some people didn't get that. But when they fleshed it out in Cage 3, it's hard not to understand how it works. That's why I've made multiple videos on the topic, and that's why the whole Sora's Master of Masters thing, I've literally made multiple videos on that topic of why it's not. But that just goes to show me that it's okay to want him to be the Master of Masters. That's perfectly fine. Nomura can make it possible with literally the snap of a finger. That's how quickly he can make that canon. But the thing is, though, with the current knowledge of what we have right now, it's literally impossible. Made multiple videos on why. I still consider my newest one the most definitive one, though, just because. Actually, was I streaming when I recorded that one? I think I was streaming when I recorded that video. Best Persona song is Crossroads, in my opinion. That's a good one too. All fantasy games are connected by the void. Exactly. Well, actually, Miku made Minecraft, and she's Japanese. What wasn't it? But also Miku is Japanese. Her company Mojang is based in Sweden. So, wait, but I thought Minecraft was made by the one guy. Yeah, I thought it was made by Notch. When was Minecraft made by some Japanese company? I'm looking at it now. It says it was made by Marcus Persson, and Jens Bergensten. They're both Swedish, it says. Both Swedish. Released in November 18th, unless there's some undercover hidden story about Minecraft I never knew. I'm not seeing it in the wiki, at least. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about that. So Minecraft could have been a JRPG. Nah, it still counts as a JRPG. It still counts as an RPG technically, because anything can technically, if you want to get technical with it, anything could count as a JRPG. A shooter can count as that, because literally RPG is just role-playing game. So in any game you take on the role of a character, then you are technically playing a role-playing game. I get like playing Call of Duty multiplayer, you're not really playing as a named character, really. You're just playing as a mindless soldier. But in like the story mode, when you're playing it, you usually take on the role of people, actual characters, and it's just like, that's technically it. Just because you're playing an RPG doesn't mean you're swinging around swords. You can be, wielding a gun. You could be doing all these kinds of things. Taking on the role of anything can technically count as an RPG. JRPG is just the same exact thing, but developed by Japanese companies. So. Just finished Attack on Titan and it's best anime. Wait till y'all. I'm telling you guys right now, as somebody who reads the manga for Attack on Titan, this will be the most controversial season yet. I promise you. Some people, what was it? Season 2 that some people thought was super controversial, and that some people weren't sure about it because that was the really political season. I thought it was great still, but there was more politics in it. Thing is, the core of what Attack on Titan is politics. At the end of the day, the whole reason this thing is happening is because of politics, racial division and all that kind of stuff is what Attack on Titan at its core is about. So it's like this season really goes into it. So depending on how you guys take this, I think like the next episode of Attack on Titan, it's gonna just split everything. Like, I'm telling you right now, certain characters, not necessarily in terms of their writing or something, but as in, what have you become kind of thing, it's gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse. That line, that boundary between good guy and bad guy is gonna become so gray, and you might think it's already gray because both the good guys and bad guys have already done horrible things, in Attack on Titan up to season 3. But when you really think about it now, at the end of the day, it's not hard to consider Eren, Mikasa, Armin, Levi, all these people good, the good guys. But it's going to get to where it's legitimately like, who is worse? Who is really worse here? It's gonna get that bad, I promise you. Like, y'all know, I do not cap on this app, but I promise you, it's going to get that gray. And honestly, it's not going to be necessarily you don't like it. It's probably going to be you don't know how to feel. That's genuinely how I already feel. And it just got announced a couple days ago. There's only going to be, 3 more chapters now? We just got the new chapter yesterday. I didn't read it yet, but there's only 3 more chapters left now because Attack on Titan's monthly. And it's like, great, dude. Crazy. Gentle criminal, best criminal. Imagine being Franklin in that scene, bro. I'd be crying. Do you collect games? I'd like to consider myself a person who collects games, but I'm more of a recent collector, like probably over the last 8 months. So, collecting during a pandemic isn't the easiest of thing because a lot of places are closed or reserved and stuff like that. People are binge buying stuff because they got nothing better to do. The haircut rose was hilarious, bro, and I'm just like, the way bro, I don't know why Lamar went on my boy like that. Well, that's nice. I collected KH games. And plus the music and chrono wallpaper add to the chill effect. This is exactly why I picked it. This is probably right here is one of my favorite scenes in any video game. Maybe not the favorite, but it's probably the one that means the most to me because of what it represents. And it's probably the biggest way to just look at it, and you can tell these characters have been through some crap, bro. And it's just like, especially when you know the characters, most of these people are from completely different time periods, and I'm talking, millions and millions of years apart. And the fact that they're still able to come together for a common goal, even though they're millions of years apart from each other, it's still like, it means a lot. It just shows you the strength of what humanity is. And not even all of them are human, and it just goes to show, how powerful you can make characters and how powerful a moment can be without even having any words in it. There's no words in this scene, There are some words at the beginning of the scene, but there are other parts of the scene where there's nothing going on. It's just chill. It's a simple reflection of what you go on. And bro, I know I need to make another video essay about Chrono Trigger. I know I need to. One thing, I think my favorite video from last year was my Chrono Trigger video. Like, you know, like the 30-40 minute one. That was my favorite video last year. And the worst part about that video, despite me loving it so much, I completely downplay the gameplay. And as you guys know me, I'm a story guy. I will literally put the story above anything in a game. I'm that kind of guy. But it's because I love this game because of the story and characters, but I downplay how great, you know, the gameplay is too. And especially because the gameplay reinforces the characters, you know, bonds with each other means so much. It means so much. It goes deeper than I feel an action game can. And I don't want to talk about it too much here because I want to give y'all a reason to watch the video, but like it's so unique, especially it's because it's like you may not even think about it when you're playing it, but when you really take a seat and think about, you know, how when you're playing this game, it's literally just becoming like, as you progress throughout the game and you get stronger by leveling up and everything like that, it's not just because you guys have become physically stronger, your bonds have grown stronger too, and that reflects in the actual gameplay. You can tell these characters are willing to do more wild stuff and everything to defeat enemies because they trust each other. They're willing to put themselves in crazy situations just so, you know, the other person can boost off them and get a great attack in. You know, it's kind of like you got to be real great friends and really trust this person with your life, you know, to do this. So it's just like, it really reinforces. This cast of characters is like one of my favorite casts of characters. Like my thing, like for Xenoblade Chronicles, my other favorite game of all time, Xenoblade means so much to me, not just because of, you know, the characters, but I think the biggest things for that game is the story and Shulk. I love all the other characters so much. They really mean, you know, everything to me. But Shulk steals the show in that game. And I hate how they represent him in Smash because he seemed like such a goofball. And even though he is a goofball, he certainly is. But it's like the stuff this guy's got to go through, bro. I don't know if I could have went through that, bro. I probably would have gave up. You know, it's hard. He has a hard life. And it's just like, even though it doesn't start off that way, by the end, it's just like, bro, what a guy. What a guy. And it's just like, no, dude. The story and Shulk carry that game for me. Even though the characters are also really good, and Melia too as well. I love her so much. But I say that the love I have for Chrono Trigger's cast is stronger because I love them all the amount I love Shulk from Xenoblade Chronicles. I think in the end, Xenoblade Chronicles has a better story than Chrono Trigger, but in my opinion, characters, the quality of characters is more important than any story. And I feel like it's impossible to have a good story with bad characters, which is why it's like, oh, people gonna leave the stream and dislike the stream if I say this, but there's a certain video game that is very popular within the last couple years that gets referenced a lot, especially when they see the real life city. That game to me already has just an okay story. The other games in that same series don't have the best of stories of JRPGs despite their length. But the characters are always what drive those games. And I feel like the characters are why those games are so popular. Because if you're spending that many hours with characters, you know, in a game, the characters need to be good. And I feel like, not saying that these characters of this specific game are bad, it's just they don't carry the game the way the other one does. So when you already have an okay story or an alright story with, you know, all right characters, it just makes me feel like the game was all right. You know, it's not like this character is goated, the story is goated, this game is goated. You know, I can't say that, especially because I used to think that, but now I've played that game 3 times and I just feel differently now. But I played, you know, another game in that series, which is also one of my favorite games of all time, is my favorite. It's tied with number 1. That game has a phenomenal story and phenomenal characters. I literally love all of them and I hate trying to choose. I could probably pick one, but it's like if I'm picking like first, second, third, fourth, fifth, etc., they're all by very slim margins. Excuse me. See, y'all got me talking, bro. I'm over here monologuing like a villain. I'm over here not reading chat. Look at this, bro. Y'all got me on this again, bro. Well, I didn't even know there was a true ending Dragon Quest 11. I beat it a year ago. Yeah, there's added story elements to Dragon Quest if you play through Dragon Quest 11. Thankfully, the original game has been delisted now, so if you'd like to play it, I would recommend getting Dragon Quest 11S. Unfortunately, there's no free upgrade like there is for Final Fantasy 15. If you want the Royal Edition, you only got to pay like $10. It's because Dragon Quest 11S was actually remade, from the original Dragon Quest. So it actually uses a different engine. Despite it not seeming like it uses a different engine. So that's why they can't just have you upgrade your current version, because they literally can't play the same. Their coding is completely different. So that's why. I mean, I was originally really mad about that. But thankfully, Microsoft is doing that deal for Game Pass right now. Game Pass on PC even as well. If you pay $1, you get 3 months for free. So I don't have to pay for Game Pass. I don't have to pay the $15 for Game Pass till April 5th. And the thing about that is, though, I only paid $1. So what I did was, I've been playing Dragon Quest 11S on Switch because that's the only thing it was for. And I literally got to the final boss, and so the real final boss. But I didn't feel like grinding to a higher level because I'd already spent 60 something hours in this game. So what I said was, I'm gonna play the PC version, but use mods and get myself to level 99 and breeze through the game and get back to this part all over again. And that's exactly what I did. But even though I turn on like the one hit mode, you still gotta play that game. You gotta do the dungeons and stuff like that. Even though the enemies aren't a problem, you still gotta navigate through the dungeons and stuff like that, explore the world and stuff like that, travel, etc., back and forth, everything. You still gotta play the game. So I just beat it today at 22 hours, So it's funny because I'm at like 63, 64 on the Switch version. Of course, the final boss and stuff like that, I played completely legitimately because I still wanted to beat, everything. I wanted to beat all the bosses in the game legitimately, and I played everything legitimately on the Switch version, and all I had to do left was literally the final boss. So I was like, you know what, I don't care. And they said you can still get rocked at level 99. I didn't end up losing, but I definitely came close. So I felt like it was a very good fight. I really enjoyed it. You had the childhood friend, bro. Eric is a homie. Yeah, because I feel like Jimmo, she was really cute, dude. It's funny because throughout the game, if you go and visit her and stuff like that, she would always give you stuff, and she was like, just know I'm always here waiting for you. No matter where you go or how long you're gone, I'll always be waiting for you here. And then, when you're hurt, if you say like, oh, or did you come back safely? And she's like, no, I'm hurt. And then she'll be like, okay, let me kiss to make it better. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm joking. Throughout the game, you can completely tell she is head over heels for the main character. Y'all grew up together, but it's like, I still pick Jaden though. Anyway, it is funny because it does like a flash forward, and it says that the main character and this person are living together and stuff now. And everything. You got to walk through the village, and you talk to people and they kind of react to you living with a wife and stuff now or whatever. And I talked to her because I was like, bro, what are they gonna make her say? Like, what if you just not gonna say nothing to me or something, bro? But no, she was very kind and stuff like that. It's like, wow, you're living with her, her hair looks so great and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, that's nice. I like that. It didn't break my heart. I'm probably opinion Kingdom Hearts 1 is the best in the series. It's got one of the better stories in the series. Alternate worlds, especially as individual stories. I mean, alternate world, time travel, multiverses are my crack. I love that stuff. Love multiverse theories. I do too. Black Ops 2 or Modern Warfare 2. I'm not really a Modern Warfare guy, so I'll probably pick Black Ops 2. I actually really love Black Ops 2. I remember coming home from school and booting up my PS3 and running with the MSMC. Dude, those are the days, bro. I need to read the newest chapter, Flygon. thought season 3 part 1 was the more political season. It could have been season 3. I couldn't remember specifically. I came to season 3 late. You saying Attack on Titan equals got politics? At least that's but yes, that's what I'm saying. At least that's the vibe I got. I've been slacking on One Piece manga though since I've been dedicated to 14. I definitely feel that. I'm like 90 chapters behind on One Piece now. I mean, that's like a week for me. So, yeah, my man. People aren't ready for it, man. Or you're gonna be hyped for the future of Attack on Titan. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna be good. Many other people say Hatsune Miku created the popular video game Minecraft because the game's actual creator, Marcus Notch, is a big. I mean, you can not like the guy. I mean, you can completely not like Notch. I mean, based off how you're selling it. I don't play Minecraft really. I booted it up for the first time in like a year recently. I had a little bit of fun, but even if you don't like the guy still made the game. I'll still give credit where it's due. Oh, you're good, Ollie. Have you read the Gantz manga? Yes, I have. Gantz will mess you up. Gantz will mess you up. The Automata doesn't have time travel, but it does remind me of Chrono Trigger in some aspects. In what ways? Story over anything else? I mean, I'm with it. Some of my friends be seeing me and I'm like, bro, you used the cheat for max money in the game? And I'm like, yes, I did. I play these games for story, all right? I play these games for story, all right? It was like, I know John was wanting me to do a level 1 run of Kingdom Hearts 3, and I'm like, bro, I don't be playing these games for this, bro. I'm trying to get the story, bro. If you're trying to sit down and watch the cutscenes together for like 8 hours, I mean, hey, let's do that. I'll do that quicker than I'll play the freaking game again. You know? I need to play Chrono Trigger again. It's been like 15 years since I played it last. You most certainly should. I honestly might say screw it and make Chrono Trigger the next series. Even though we've technically played through Chrono Trigger on stream, we've moved most of the game. But I was doing a New Game Plus, and that's one of the things. Chrono Trigger was the last stream playthrough before we started the stream playthroughs. So, like, if I could go back in time, I would never have made that stream series a New Game Plus run, because that doesn't show you guys every great aspect of the game. When I'm playing it on New Game Plus, I don't need to go look around for items. I don't need to worry about any fight. I don't need to plan ahead of time, because, you know, those guys that don't know, Chrono Trigger was the first game to coin the term New Game Plus. So in the first New Game Plus, you know, it basically just carried everything over. So everything you had originally is there in that new file too. So I was blowing through every fight. Literally, people were getting it for the story. And it's like, I mean, yeah, the story is important, but I also feel like Chrono Trigger means so much to me, I need to do it justice. So, you know. I feel like you could write a crazy video game story. I would absolutely love to write a story for a video game. I would absolutely love that. Love it. I'd also love to voice in a game. Even though I am, but you know. What's up, Ignis? My favorite cast of characters in video games is Uncharted cast. Absolutely love the interactions with everyone, especially Nathan Sully. I love Uncharted, I really do. Uncharted is a series I feel like I need to replay, because I kind of binge played Uncharted 1 through 3 when I first got my PS3. I think like the third or fourth game I got was the series, because I kind of got them all at the same time because they were like really cheap, like less than $10 cheap. But it's been so long since I played those games. I remember needing to look up every freaking puzzle in those games. But I remember by the end of 3, I was just like, wow, this is such a great series. You know, even though I still love Last of Us more, I'm one of those guys, I know, I suck, but I just love The Last of Us. But I need to play Uncharted 4. I have Uncharted 4 over there. My friend Jaden, he really loves Uncharted and he wants me to play it, but I can't play it because without my controller right now. But when I get on PS5, might be time. Time. Persona, keep talking, dude. You know, I can't be triggering nobody. I'm so confused on what he was talking about. He could have meant Cage or P5. Is it worth getting Dragon Quest 11 on Switch? Yes, but originally the only reason you get Dragon Quest 11 on Switch originally was because the new version of the game was only released there, but the timed exclusivity of it ran up. So now any version you buy of the game, like whether it's, especially if it's digital, is going to be the new version. You can, if you go on the PlayStation Store and look up Dragon Quest XI, you'll find the new version. Same thing with PC on Steam or Game Pass on Xbox, etc. Those are all the new version. It's called Dragon Quest XI S. Because if you go in person, like into a GameStop or something, and you try to find Dragon Quest XI, you might find the original that doesn't have all the new content in it. So watch where you're buying it. Make sure it says Dragon Quest XI S. You'll see there's a clear S in the title. So just make sure. Honest opinion on Final Fantasy 15, I loved it. I loved Final Fantasy 15. I genuinely love Final Fantasy 15. But just because I love 15 doesn't mean I'm not aware of all of the many flaws that it has. 15 has a ton of flaws. It surely does. But bless its heart, I still love that game. I still do. Because in the end, it's not necessarily that the game is missing this, or it couldn't be this because of that. At the end of the day, the game still made me feel something, and it still made me feel something. Maybe I'm also nostalgic because it's the first Final Fantasy game I actually beat. But I have played through many Final Fantasy, well, not many, but I've played through numerous Final Fantasy games since then. Actually, that's a lie. That's a lie. I've beaten other Final Fantasy games before that. I beat the whole 13 series. That's crazy how I forget that. Because I played that on PS3. I did like 13, 2, and 3 though. The first game's pretty good, but it's alright. Not better than the second and third one. But 15 I thought was very good. I genuinely like it. I'd love to see how 16 tops it though. Not that that'd be too difficult. The DMC 5 combat designer is on the combat for that game, so needless to say, we're gonna have a good time. Now, as long as it's great narratively, we have nothing to worry about. I think the worst thing about 15 is probably the presentation. The way they present the story and the structure of the overall narrative wasn't the best. I think the premise was fantastic, and I think the way they began it was great. But I feel the execution of things was not good. I feel like they should have, I think the biggest thing they were afraid of with 15 was making the game too long. They should not have worried about that, because the DLCs aren't long anyway. So if they included, I feel like some of those DLCs should have been DLCs. Some of them didn't need to be. I don't think, even though I haven't read the book, I don't think, episode Luna should have been, I don't think that should have been DLC. I don't think episode Noctis should have been DLC. I don't think episode Arden should have been DLC. There should have been certain points of the story where it completely cuts things off and skips to what other people are doing. And I feel like, I know in a certain point of view, it might not have been great. Like, I feel like, especially with the main boys like Ignis, Prompto, Gladio, those ones, they probably work better as separate DLC, because overall, when they each leave temporarily during the story to go do their DLC adventure or whatever, if they left the story at those moments just to go focus on whatever this character was doing, it would have been the biggest tonal shift, and overall, I guess, the pacing of the story would have been freaking halted, like it ran into a brick wall. I do not think that would have been a good idea. So if they had to be in DLC, I think the main boys DLC should have been, like that. I also think Aranea probably would have benefited the most being DLC. So that makes 4 DLC packs. I think Noctis, Luna, and Arden should have all been in the main game, primarily as they're probably arguably the most important, especially Luna being who she is. That definitely makes her probably, I'm not going to spoil, but when that specific event that you guys know what I'm referring to, when that happens, I don't feel there's enough connection to the character to make you really care. So it's like, I cared simply because of what I know what this character means to Noctis. That's what made me care. But as a character themselves, I was like, I mean, I don't know you, so it's like I don't know why you're designing this scene as if I should be sad. I mean, I still was, but I can see it as not the best sense of writing. But bless Tabata's heart, bro. Bless his heart, because Tabata had a crazy, you know, hard time doing this. He was given terrible working conditions. He was given like no time to really restructure stuff and everything. There was a bunch of things he wanted to do, but it got shot down. It was bad. He literally had to work with what he got. And I know he's not fully proud of the product that came out, but legitimately, if you look into it, it wasn't all his fault. It really wasn't. He was literally just handed a bad sack, you know. There wasn't much he can do. He literally just had to take this burning car and say, get it working again. That's literally what they did. So it's like, I mean, I feel for him. You know, because I mean, I don't know, man. Yeah, that's just me. But that's just me. But, you know, I mean, because the thing is, it's not that he's not good. Like, he was the one who worked on Crisis Core, and most people that play Crisis Core thought that was a great game. It's, at least, I mean, of course, not everybody thinks Crisis Core is great, but the general consensus, at least for most people who are vocal on social media, you know, most of them acknowledge Crisis Core as a great game. You know, he did a very good job with that game. So it's not saying that he has a lack of skill. Seeing 15 and not trusting him as a director or something, that's really ignorant, just because it's like he was literally just handed the wrong thing. How would you feel if someone gave you a burning car and told you to fix it? And it's just like, I mean, even if you've worked on cars before, could you save this one? And it's like, and sometimes people are given impossible situations, but they can't really do anything about it. So I don't really blame him for leaving, you know, the company. So Final Fantasy 15, from a story perspective, I thought it was pretty good, even though it was controversial. The gameplay had some issues. I do agree that the gameplay had some issues. It was very disassociated, I guess. You literally hold the button to attack. That's something that I originally didn't mind. It's funny because as I played the game, I didn't do that, because you don't have to hold the button to do that. You play better if you do, but you don't have to do that. And I didn't even realize you could do that until the end. And it's just like, because you get sent like a boss rush at the end of the story through the Royal Edition, and I was playing through that, and somebody said like, why are you button mashing, bro? Just hold the button. I'm like, huh? And I did that, and I started doing better. And I was like, huh? They set me up for something I waited years for and gave me something completely different. But the thing about that is, though, at the end of the day, I don't think that necessarily falls on the company. They advertised it as one game originally, of course, but then when it switched to Final Fantasy 15, everything that you originally were thinking about the product, it should get thrown out of the window, because it's not going to be that game anymore. And they've expressed that it wasn't going to be Versus 13 anymore, story and all. So it's like, in the end, I think they promoted 15 as the story it was. You know, whether people like that or not, you know, it's a different story. But I don't think that's really them lying about it. They definitely, you know, expressed that, unless I'm misunderstanding your comment. Final Fantasy 14 is amazing story-wise, though. From what I hear, Final Fantasy 14 easily has the greatest story in Final Fantasy. Like, especially with Shadowbringers. I heard Heaven's Sword was really good. I heard Stormblood was great. I heard Shadowbringers, of course, that's the newest one, is great. I know people don't like Realm Reborn, really. I feel like I'm really slow with it because of Realm Reborn, but also because you got to pay monthly. I would really love to play that game monthly, because especially since you guys saw me getting into it and stuff like that. But it's just like, bro, paying monthly for games that you already have to pay the base price for sucks, dude. It sucks. I mean, I know you can get 14, the base game, pretty cheap, which I did, but it's, you know, especially since I bought that game twice. I bought it on PS4 and I bought it on PC, and I have all the expansions up to I have everything besides Stormblood, besides Shadowbringers. It's just like, bro, I gotta play all this time, and from what I've seen, it doesn't take that long to experience all of it. Like, hold up, Final Fantasy 14. I'm on how long to beat. Let me look at the individual things. Heaven's Sword. 74 hours for Heaven's Sword? What? I did not think it was that long. Stormblood is 58. Oh my goodness. Shadowbringer's 52. Oh my goodness, bro. That was a long game. And it's funny because what, Realm Reborn or whatever, Realm Awoken, whatever, it's only like 8 hours long. It's only like 8 hours long. Hold up. Let me look. I think I have a playlist saved actually. Let me look at this. I think I have a playlist saved of like all the cutscenes. That's like my, I don't want to do that, but it's like, cause it's like, I feel like something's not right here. Cause it's like, I mean, the Realm Reborn, all voice cutscenes, 3 hours and 21 minutes. Post a Realm Reborn, 7th Astral Era, 4 hours and 54 minutes. Heaven Sword, 4:25. Heaven Sword Dragon Song War, 2 hours 52. Heaven Sword Post Dragon Song, 2:25. Stormblood, 6:46. Stormblood The Legend Returns, 5 hours and 4 minutes. Shadowbringers, 9 hours and 38 minutes. These are all voiced cutscenes. I'm not sure if 14 is one of those ones where is the story of the non-voiced cutscenes important or not, because this seems like to be a compilation of all the voiced cutscenes. And I've seen a lot of the ones like that. So it's like, I'm wondering, is that just how it is? And if it was, I'd understand that because it's an MMO. So it's like, I do not know how to spell. Uh-oh. Okay. Based off what I'm seeing, it's looking like that, yeah. I mean, this person is including gameplay. Like literally, if I were to go through Final Fantasy 14, it's like part of me is like my I guess I really don't want to watch the cutscenes. I want to play the game. The fact that it's an MMO and I literally being in school, being a a YouTuber, you got to make videos and stream. It's just like, if the only way I can do it is if I were to dedicate it to the channel. That's the only way I can see myself, visually getting caught up in 14 this year. That's the only way I see it happening. But it's like, I want to play it, but it's like playing through the entirety of Final Fantasy 14 on stream. Do you know how much of a nightmare that would probably be? They were saying, what, Heaven's Sword is like 70 something hours. You know how many streams that is? That's almost a year's worth of streams. And it's just like, okay, I'd be more willing to stream 14's story if I was watching the cutscenes. But, dude, I don't want to get roasted, bro. And I don't want to have that experience for myself. Because I know if I just watch the cutscenes, I might not end up liking 14 as much. But I also know how much more of a story person I am than gameplay. If I was missing out on, say, 16, that'd be one thing, because that has traditional gameplay to it. While 14, despite having good combat and stuff like that and good gameplay, it's still an MMO. So it's still limited into what you really do. So I feel the most people love 14 for the experience they get playing an MMO. Oh, what was that? Hey, Adono. Appreciate you. Skilled Witch, enjoy. Thanks for making such a great space and content. Hey, absolutely. Thank you so much for going out of your way to donate. Again, thank you so much. It really does help out. It really, really does. Even $1 really does so much. Actually, I was going to bring this up earlier. I feel like I'm kind of failing as a streamer. Like, I feel like, as bad as it's going to sound, we're going to get real here for a second. Streams, besides interactivity and stuff like that, which is the main reason why I stream, in terms of being lucrative or monetary value of streams, they're worth like significantly less to YouTube than anything else. So that's why, like, whenever I go on YouTube on the creator studio, you know, when you check out where all your stuff is on your dashboard, it literally will just tell you what you need to be pushing. And like, I know I am not pushing members the way I should. Those of you guys that know about Twitch, you know, like subbing on Twitch, that's basically the exact same thing, except we can make how much subbing costs. So I did change the minimum sub to be like $1.99 or $2.99. I can't even remember what I did, but I know I need to do better at that. I need to set goals of like, hey, if we hit 10 members, I'll do this on stream, you know, or whatever like that. Or because I want it to be a collective thing. I don't like I get, you know, giving each of the members something individually. Like if you become a member, then you guys get access to videos early and stuff like that. And I get that, but and that's cool for those people, you know. That would make people, okay, well, I want to see a stream, you know, I want to see a video early, but it's like at the same time, I kind of don't want to do that. If I were to really push memberships, I'd want to make it to where the rewards is something everyone get, which is why I have a Patreon, which I really do want to use, but I don't think I'm at that level yet. If people would support it, then I'd do it, but it's like, I don't feel I'm at that level yet where I could comfortably do that. If I were to push memberships or a Patreon or something, it would literally be something to where, as a collective community, the more milestones we reach, the more the entire community, you know, benefits. So it's like, I don't want to just reward the people who are doing this for me. And I not say that they, you know, oh, you sub to me, you don't deserve something. No, it's just more like, I feel more people are, I don't want people to feel like I'm locking out content. Like, I like KingdomAce, but some of the stuff he's really doing, I'd be interested in, I can't watch unless I pay. So, you know, it's like, dang, and I don't want to do that. So it's like, I mean, I get, you know, locking a video out early. I don't think that's that big a deal, like a day early or so. I don't think that's that bad. The other people are still getting the video. Just, you know, they get it early because they paid. So it's like, it's just because YouTube CPM sucks. It does. So it's like, unless you're like one of them big boys or something like that, making a living off YouTube can be very difficult, which is why I feel like this is also a reason I haven't uploaded as much as I wanted to. We're 7 days in and I've only uploaded once. We're going to get a lot of sponsored videos this year. And I know that some people don't like, but if I want to live, I have to. And I don't think any sponsors are listening right now. I mean, if it's a sponsor, you guys remember from the Melody of Memory stream when I would be like every 20 minutes, hey, you know, I had a sponsor stream. It's different. And, you know, YouTube video is different. You only got to say it like one time. But one thing about it though, is that you need to a sponsorship being in a video annoys people. Whether they hear what I'm offering or anything in general, it annoys people. No need to cap, guys. No need to cap. I know how y'all feel. No need to cap. We all be there. We've all seen a sponsored video before. You know, no need to cap. Don't even type in the chat. I know what y'all thinking. But it's like, at the end of the day, I feel like, me personally, I never get annoyed by them, primarily because I know, I guess maybe because I'm a creator too. You know, like one of my favorite YouTubers, some call me Johnny. Sorry to kind of shout him out on the stream, especially in this manner, but he did dang near like a sponsored video for every video for like the last like 7 months. But I didn't mind it because, you know, one, it helped me if I were ever going to become a, you know, somebody who does those. But two, I mean, I knew it's directly helping him, you know, and I really care about that creator. Some call me Johnny is like my inspiration as a person. So it's like, you know, that YouTuber just means a lot to me. You know, he's inspired and he's helped me get through many of days. Man doesn't even know my name. And it's like, you would not believe how many days he's gotten me through. So it's like, in a way, I kind of want to, and he doesn't even have Patreon and stuff like that. He's finally brought it up for like the first time ever, because he just had a hard year last year, but making ends meet is what, you know, sponsorships do. And it's like, I'm at that point where I feel like I need to do them. So it's like, especially because I'm in school and content creation's the only thing I do now. All throughout my entirety of YouTube, up until around June, July, I had been working for the last 5 years, you know, practically every day, every other day I've been working. But it's like, that's why, uploads have been so consistent over the last like 6-7 months, because I wasn't working anymore. Global pandemic and all kind of led to that. But in the end, I feel like it's something I need to do to support myself, and I can help my family. I have to do it. I have to. I don't think it's giving me another choice. And I'm sorry to bring up this real talk. We're supposed to be talking JRPGs, new people coming in like, bro, what's going on here? The mood in here is kind of thick. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, but I needed to bring this up. I really did. Some people would probably like, so if you see me pushing more monetary things in streams, I want to make them fun. I don't want you guys to think, oh, he's just another one of those guys now. He's just in for the money. Any one of us, I got thousands of people here that would probably back me up and telling you I'm not in this for the money. I literally need money to live just like anybody else. And because I'm making YouTube videos and YouTube decides how much money I make each month or every video, it's not like if I work this many hours, I get this much pay like other jobs. No, it's not like that. You can have a video do better than the last and it still make less money. So it's like how the YouTube algorithm works. So it's like how CPMs and RPMs work. So it's like, I'm at that point where I have to. I'm at that point where I have to. And some people don't like that, then I understand. But at the same time, it's like those of you guys that continue to support me or check out the links in the description that do lead to the sponsorship, or if you guys really do end up supporting a Patreon of some kind, depending on what I feel the support would actually be like. If we had to do a Patreon, I wouldn't need to do sponsorships really often. I'd still probably do them, but they wouldn't be like every video, every other video, because based off how it seems, I might have a sponsor like every video or every other video. It might be a once a month or maybe twice a month thing at the very least if I did a Patreon, or at the very most. But again, it would depend. It would depend. Because again, I'm getting older. I'm 23. That's why I'm in school again too. So it's like turning 24. I am so sorry. I am so behind on chat, and it's just like, bro, I suck. I know. I suck. It's all started when we talking about it all started with me talking about the sponsorship things, or the YouTube members and stuff like that. YouTube members is a very similar thing. The thing is, it's like the way you guys saw Skittles Witch, who I believe is Mocha in the chat. I believe. If I'm wrong, let me know. I'm very sorry, but that's who I believe it is. But see how they donated? I currently have super chats off. Some of you guys have been very generous with your super chats, but you probably noticed you can't super chat. I'm Rose. Okay, it was Rose that was doing that. Was it Rose? Okay, just want to make sure. Thank you very much. You've donated plenty of times. Thank you very much. It really does help. You guys may not think it, but when I use that $5 to buy groceries or help my family out or something like that, I literally be thinking about it. I promise you. But it's like, you guys probably noticed that the donations for super chats are gone. You can't super chat this channel, and it's all mainly because you guys have heard me talk about it before. YouTube literally steals the creator's money. You know how like when you donate $5 to somebody, yeah, that creator's probably only getting like $1.99 of that. The rest is getting split between my multi-channel network, my MCN, the people who actually submit my paycheck to me. It's split between them, and it's split between Google. So Google takes part, the MCN takes part, and then I get what's left, basically. And I hate that, because it's like, I want to be happy that I just got donated something, but at the end of the day, my MCN, which I'm very, thankful for, they do a lot. They've helped me out a lot. They even sent me this super cool card. It has, see, this may look like a bunch of jumbled mess, but bro, on this, these little things that seem hard to see, these are all the profile pictures of everybody partnered with this network. My friend Prodigy is on there, Jaden2602. I've seen Zeltic, some call me Johnny, man I really look up to. All these people, that I really like are on here. And it just goes to show, like, yeah, Like, I don't know, it makes me feel like I've gone somewhere with this. You know, like my face is on here with these great people. Some call me Johnny, has my profile picture in his house. So it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm sounding like a fanboy. But if Johnny, which I know you're not watching this, you are the GOAT, man. You're a really great dude. Really great dude. You guys talking about Final Fantasy. Sponsors are fun for me. Hey, somebody say sponsor. Look, man, get your money. That's the move. And I appreciate that. But don't do raid. Don't do raid. I mean, if raid Shadow Legends, if they hit your boy up, I'll do it. I promise you, I'll do it. I'll make it funny. The thing is, I'm not gonna make these ads boring. I'm gonna make it have some KingdomAce personality in it. I've already recorded 1, 2. I was actually pretty nervous during them. You'll see they'll progressively get better. You know, I can't promise that I'll be my prime self in the first or second one you see, but I'm trying to inject some KingdomAce personality in it. So Final Fantasy 6 is fantastic from what I played. I just bricked my save file about a week ago, so I kind of hate everything. So it's like, I'd absolutely support sponsors to get that lot. Yeah, I appreciate that, Rose. You're so sweet. Every video is sponsored by somebody. That somebody might be you, but it's still a sponsor. You're right. You guys sponsor. The thing is, whenever y'all donate to streams and stuff like that, y'all literally just sponsored the stream. It's funny because the YouTube member thing was originally called sponsors. So whenever somebody is financially supporting a stream, they're sponsoring the stream. So, you know, Rose just donated, so she sponsored this stream. So much love to you. What's up, Luis? We're talking YouTube stuff. And we were supposed to be talking JRPG stuff, but these guys like hearing me talk for some reason. And that ended up me talking about something that has nothing to do with what the title says. You gave yourself through the days, you just use his content to get by. Wait, what? I mean, at the end of the day, we all have our opinions. At the end of the day, sometimes the game can be phenomenal in our eyes, but what I think is phenomenal can be trash to somebody else. Like, okay, I guess I'll tell my hot take here. Everybody loves Persona 5. I don't care for Persona 5 that much. I think it's a great game, but it's a game I'd honestly be okay with never playing again at the same time. It's like, I'm not that fond of Persona 5, especially coming from Persona 3 and Persona 4. I am very disappointed with the game, despite thinking it was the best when I first beat it. Like, normally I see things more clearly when I play things for a second time. I've played through Persona 5 3 times. I know about Persona 5. It ain't that I didn't do this or didn't do that. No, I played through that game 3 times. So it's like, I know what that game is like. Though I haven't beaten Royal. I'd love Royal to beat that for me, but I'm like 60 hours into that game. And it still doesn't come close to the other 2 games. So it's like, I mean, I know. Re-releases are mainly the 3rd semester stuff and quality of life improvements. The gameplay is even better than the original. It's fantastic. I really like it. Persona 5 easily has the best combat. It's the newest game, it's better. The newest game should be better everything. I feel like for some series, they're kind of subjective though. I feel like platformers are very subjective when it comes to the best in the series. People think Super Mario 64 is the best in the series still, even when having Galaxy and Galaxy 2, Sunshine and Odyssey and all these other games being out, you know, and 3D World. People still think 64 is the best, or they think Sunshine's the best by all these other games. They think Galaxy's better when we got Galaxy 2. Platformers are just kind of subjective. While I feel like RPGs are very different because you can feel the archaic design of games more in a game that revolves around story. So going back to Dragon Quest 1 or Final Fantasy 1 is a lot harder than going back to the first Mario Bros. First Mario Bros is still a comfortable ride. I mean, you got the Simon Belmont jump in that game, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a way more cozy ride than playing through Final Fantasy 1 or Dragon Quest 1. Those games are rough. Even if they've been polished up for newer releases, you know, I still think you should definitely be playing the re-releases. There's no reason for you not to be playing the mobile version or Switch version of Dragon Quest 1. There's no reason you should not be playing, you know, the PSP version or mobile version of Final Fantasy 1. No reason. There's no reason. I literally, unless you just are in the mood for something more archaic, that's the only reason you go back to the NES for those. Only reason. I think the dungeon designs are better in Persona 5. I can admit that. But at the end of the day, the overall dungeon experience, I'd probably still pick Persona 4 just because I feel the story carries the dungeons for me. And I guess a good example of that is like Kanji in Persona 4, where it's like, bro, I mean, you can have such an intricate and cool designed dungeon all you want to, but I am still having this dude say these things to me. Yeah, so it's still like, at the end of the day, yeah, Persona 5 is doing this, but Kanji talking wild in my ear right now. So it's so it's like, you know, I heard sponsorships make you laugh so hard. Well, hey, if they want to hit your boy up, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. Maybe I can hit them up. They've already sponsored two of my friends. They sponsored Prodigy and they sponsored Jaden. So it's like, I thought I got sponsored for them. I didn't. I was kind of salty. I was like, dang, we could have all got sponsored because they got sponsored at the same time. I was like, dang, bro, I ain't get sponsored too. I'm happy for that though. $5 cost me nothing, but like if 10 of us did that, it really adds up fast. I mean, exactly. I mean, better you say it than me, because I don't want y'all feeling like I'm e-begging. I ain't e-begging nobody. I don't care how bad it gets. I'm not e-begging nobody. I just want y'all to know, if you want to, if you're able, if you're living comfortably enough to financially support a creator you love, even if it's not me, you're able to financially support them, whether it's buying a t-shirt, buying a poster, you know, buying a mask, buying, you know, becoming a member for $2, you know, becoming, you know, donating $2, $1. Not any of those things would, you know, help me literally pay bills, help me pay, you know, help family. So it's like, you know, I ain't gonna ask you to do this. I'm going to tell you that doing those things helps me be able to continue to create content you enjoy. So I feel like going into 2021 now, I need to push memberships more. So I need to take a day to literally, maybe even tomorrow. I wanted to have a video up today, but honestly, I wasn't sure. I really was trying to tackle Dragon Quest because I do want to cover a video on Dragon Quest 11 specifically. But now that that's done, I need to get the member stuff sorted, because especially since I stream so much, the member thing needs to get sorted out. I'm seeing John do it and I'm just like, bro, this is why I say having friends who have goals and stuff around you is so uplifting, because even if I'm just seeing what he's doing, it makes me want to get my stuff together too. When I see Jaden getting a video out, it makes me feel like, dang, I should have got a video out today too. And it makes me want to work harder to get a video out tomorrow. So it's like, if I can't get a video out at midnight tonight, then I got to get a video out by, you know, noon tomorrow, kind of thing. So it's like, that's why I say, have friends around you who continue to uplift you. You know, it's good to have positivity and, you know, going around between friends, because at the end of the day, I know pain loves company. That's something that is very, very important. You can see that in video games, especially JRPGs. You know, pain and despair love company, and it's like you can easily just go and be miserable with, you know, like-minded people, and people do that all the time, especially in the work industry and stuff like that. People are like that all the time. I was like that too. You know, it felt better going through this crappy situation because I had friends. You know, even if we aren't making our situation better, you know, it's still, I was glad to have somebody else suffering with me, you know. But it's like, if you have somebody who's making the, you know, talking the good in this situation, you know, I think that's a good thing. It's a positive thing. You know, it may seem like a friend is flexing when they're telling you what they up to. At the end of the day, no, it's, in a way, it should be a subliminal, let me get it together too. You know, it's like, not necessarily, you know, I'm trying to compete with them, but it's more like, you know, at the end of the day, it's kind of like how competition, I guess, drives the video game industry. You know, one company seeing another company do well makes them want to do better. and that's a healthy mindset to have when you're a game company. It's the same way when I see my friends thriving, I want to thrive too. So I don't want to look at my friends, backs. I don't want to look at their back. I'm trying to see them shoulder to shoulder. I'm trying to go like one of these and see him. I'm trying to go like one of that and see him. I don't want to have to go like, I don't want to go like that to him either. I wouldn't mind doing it, but I don't want to have to go and look, try to find him, see if I can see him in the distance. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Going to continuously make good content, not just because I need to compete with somebody, but because making content is something I'm passionate about. I love talking. Yeah, that's something you guys probably didn't know, but it's funny. It's something I haven't really talked about, but I don't know how old I was, but apparently I went a long time without actually talking, and I don't have any memory of it or anything, but I was older than the average kid when I started talking, apparently. Don't know why that is, but maybe in a way my talkativeness now is some mental way to make up for the years I lost of not talking. I don't know what was the reason. My parents don't know what the reason. Apparently I just suddenly said something and I completely threw everybody off, like, oh, so you can talk. I was like, we've been trying to teach you how to talk. You over here knowing how to talk the whole time. So it's like, I don't know. But that's something I don't think I've ever said that online before, but that's something about me you guys didn't know. But maybe in a way that's why I talk so much, because I'm making up for it. Who knew I'd be able to, in a way, get over my social anxiety by making YouTube videos or streaming. It's this Chrono Trigger background. I'm telling you, dude, y'all be making me get in my feelings when I have this in the background, dude. Let me chill. We've had this Persona music playing for a hot minute, and it probably doesn't fit anything that we're talking about right now. Let me switch it up. Let me hit y'all with something creepy. Let me hit y'all with some Zero Escape. Wait, do I really want to hit y'all with that? Am I not? I don't know. Can make y'all cry. No, anyway, I can hit y'all with, no, I'm not trying to put no Resident Evil music in the background. I gotta set timers during stream to know when to change songs. Let's do Scala. We haven't done that theme in a hot minute. I like it, but P5 talk too much. That's a whole lot of hours. Yes, I've dedicated a lot of time to Persona 5, more than I'd like to admit publicly, even though I just did that. Thanks, TM, for promoting the Discord server, by the way. I saw that. Oh, Digital Devil Saga? Oh, I heard that was good. My first, and I had a ton of fun. It got me to buy a Vita just to play P4 Golden. Yeah, I definitely got a PS TV. I don't say that. I just bought P5. It's gotta be my first. I'm sorry, Louise. See, okay. The thing is, I'm the vocal minority for Persona 5. Don't take that as the thing you're going to feel. I promise you, JRPGs are the one genre of game you should not listen to what most people say. You should play it for yourself. As you can hear the difference between Final Fantasy conversations, people, their own opinions in this chat. Don't take anything these people are saying as definitive, because you're probably going to think differently. Final Fantasy IX blows pretty much every Final Fantasy I've played out of the water. So it's like, Final Fantasy IX is miles better than Final Fantasy VII to me. Though I do really love the characters for 7, the story for 9 blows it out of the water to me. 6 also is phenomenal. I mean, I see why people say 6 is one of the best Final Fantasy games ever. I can see it now, even though I'm not done with it. I still got a while to go, apparently. But especially because my save file got bricked. But the song that was playing Union Keyblade, also welcome to the stream, before I changed it, is version 2 of I'll Face Myself from Persona 4 Golden. What's up, Madeline? Thought I was the fairest of them all. Who lied, TM? She kind of right though, TM. Who lied? I appreciate the heck out of how relaxed you are on pitching in, but all the more reason I keep saying how much you deserve it. I really appreciate you saying that, Rose, because again, I don't want y'all to feel like I'm saying, give me money. Give me money. No, I don't want y'all to feel that way at all. If you guys can financially support me, I'd appreciate it and I'd make it worth it. You know, I'd give, as long as the people who financially support me by donating or becoming a patron or a member, you know, as long as they're okay with me giving everybody a reward and not just them, you know, we'll be okay. I'd love to see what kind of reward. I'd even talk about what kind of rewards you guys would want on stream. I'm one of those open kind of YouTubers. I mean, yeah, I don't got to tackle this alone. I'd probably ask friends first. So if I felt the need to ask you guys, I probably would. But I'd love to talk about that, where it's like, you know, maybe I'll start doing a podcast or something like that. You know, even though the streams are already podcasts, so. But maybe you guys would like podcasts with other people. You guys constantly talk about how you guys want collabs from me, you know, whether it's Prodigy or Noir, Lil Bomber and stuff like that, or Jaden2602 or The Frozen Cavern. You guys probably want some other YouTubers in there that I don't normally talk to there. You know, you guys probably want BioRoxas or Water KH or, you know, Exablade, who and those guys doing on the modding scene of Kingdom Hearts 3. I'd love to interview some of them, you know. If you guys want collabs to happen with those people, be in their comments. Let them know, hey, that KingdomAce guy is pretty cool. How about you do a collab with him? The way y'all do in my comments and, you know, in my streams, do that to them. Sure, you inspire me on my own projects. I'm glad I can do some kind of good, because I know I don't got myself fully together, but I'm working on that. So, you know, if me working on my grind is able to inspire somebody else to do their grind, then at the end of the day, I feel like we're both benefiting. It's motivating watching y'all make content. Moose Wayne, you over here motivating me. I seeing you upload and I'm like, dang, Moose Wayne got another video up. I'm slipping right now. I'm slipping. Seeing homies succeed give me peak serotonin. I feel that. I need motivation to make all the videos I have planned. I definitely feel you with that, Mocha. Welcome to the stream. I definitely feel that, because it's like I feel like I'm in that rut where I have so many videos I can make, but because I have so many, it's just like I feel like I'm overloading and short circuiting. Play some Chrono Cross tunes. See, I don't know any Chrono Cross tunes, because despite Chrono Trigger being like my favorite game ever, I have not played Chrono Cross. I actually just got it and everything though, and I booted up for the first time, and I got to like where I got to go get the stuff for the necklace, you know, the very, very beginning of the game. That's all I played. I don't know. I guess because Chrono Trigger means so much to me, I'm scared to play the game that takes place after, you know. Quiet Kids Unite. Bro, YouTube breaks you out of your shell, on God. Already crying with the Persona music. Wait, what song am I playing again? Oh, okay, I'm not playing Persona anymore. Alright, peace out. Have a good night, guys. Said I was gonna watch the episode of Promised Neverland, but this stream kept me too entertained, keeping me from watching the show. Yeah, I appreciate that, Sam. Hope you have a good one. Enjoy the episode when you do watch it. Animal Crossing. And it's time to do the fairest thing I always do when I'm here. That's just an opinion from Jordan. He knows what's gas. He don't cap on this app. Bro, I'm so behind. For real, don't listen to Ace. This man hates Sonic. See, I love Sonic. I have a huge soft spot for Final Fantasy V. I'd love to play Final Fantasy V. I have the game. I have it for mobile, and I have it mobile, GBA, and PC. I just haven't played it yet. Final Fantasy V is awesome. I'm glad to hear that, because Final Fantasy V is the one I don't really hear too much about. I hear stuff about Dragon Quest V. Dragon Quest V and 4 I hear are amazing. Dragon Quest this year is something I really want to grind, especially after coming from Dragon Quest 11, dude. Man. No. No. I need to extract it. Oh. Oh, okay. So they're remade Battle Network games. Huh. I'm gonna tag y'all, yeah. I was about to go in there and be like, y'all, new games, bro. I was about to go in there, dude, and act up. All right, enough of that. Give me more fairy dust to eat. I'm not cough cough. You didn't hear me say that anyways, but buy some merch and then link in the Discord. Hey, appreciate you, Madeline. Appreciate you. Oh, I keep forgetting to do that. I don't even really be thinking about it. I think about it after the streams and because some people have it because they already do it. If you do want to support me financially, if you'd like to financially support me, this is the link here. So let me pin that. Boom. So now all of you should see it at the top of your feed. Podcast with Madeline. Go. Final Fantasy V job system is so fun. Shout out to Word 2013. I could put so many speeches there. Hey, collab with Joe Rogan. I don't even know who that is. Sounds like a cool name though. Sounds meant to say sounds. Collab with the Ferris Woman Madeline. Collab with TM, the anime boy simp. Ferris Woman is Mama Danielle here. Okay, well, I'm Ferris' daughter. Ferris be Danielle and lonely. Don't at. You ain't her kid. Lonely is Ferris' daughter. What are y'all talking about, bro? Can't I be a bachelor? Why I got kids all of a sudden? Jordan get her. Wait, what? She's this lonely. Who this lonely? Oh, you're saying she's not the fairest? Well, Yasmin do be acting up, but I mean, you can't say that though. Loneliest fairest queen. Do me a favor, just play Radical Dreamers. You won't regret it. I almost did it, but somebody told me that technically the story of Radical Dreamers is in a way told through Chrono Cross. But if you play Chrono Cross, it'll kind of spoil Radical Dreamers. But if you play Radical Dreamers, it'll also spoil Chrono Cross, because Radical Dreamers came out first. So I was gonna do Radical Dreamers next, and so I was like, okay, let me do that. But then other people were like, okay, well, Chrono Cross is technically a remake, I guess, of it in a normal style in a way. Technically, I'm just like, what the freak, dude. So I just kind of started Chrono Cross. You actually like Chrono Trigger more than Kingdom Hearts. Chrono Trigger is single-handedly better than every single Kingdom Hearts game to me. I genuinely feel that way. The thing is, I don't love Kingdom Hearts for the individual games. It's not hard for no Kingdom Hearts game individually is better than, I don't think any single Kingdom Hearts game is in my top 5 games. The thing about it is though, I love Kingdom Hearts for the overall narrative. I think of Kingdom Hearts as one collective. I don't think of it as KH3 or Melody of Memory or Birth by Sleep. I don't think of it like that. I don't, because if I'm just going on individual level, I don't think each Kingdom Hearts game is that amazing. I don't think not one of them is life-changing. I genuinely don't. And I've been with Kingdom Hearts since I was a very little kid, at least through the manga. So it's like, I'm a veteran, Kingdom Hearts fan. But I don't genuinely think any of them are life-changing to me. While other games like Persona 4 Golden, Chrono Trigger, Xenoblade Chronicles, them things saved my life. So it's like, I can't really think of them in the same way. But I would say Kingdom Hearts is like my second or third favorite video game series. Zelda is my favorite video game franchise. Then I'd probably say it's between Persona and Kingdom Hearts though. I'm more willing to give it to Kingdom Hearts just because there are more Kingdom Hearts games and I've been with that series forever, etc. So I'm more willing to say Kingdom Hearts is my second favorite franchise. So hey, yo, Jordan, when are you playing Golden Sun? This year, for sure. I'm definitely playing Golden Sun. I already have the game now. You're the big reason why I wanted to play it. What about Battle Network? I saw on Twitter, so it seems like the Battle Network Mega Man community, they're trying to restore some games that I guess never came out over here. So it's like, I think that's really cool. Um, I'll send it in here. Actually, oh crap! I did not mean to open inspect element. Crap. Oh crap! That changed my whole thing. Final Fantasy V has a lot of sentiments that just get in my senses artistically that never left. I mean, you talking good about it, and that's exactly what I need to hear. I need to hear more of that. It's just the thing is, the mobile version and PC version look like crap. Same thing with Final Fantasy VI. The PC version looked like crap. The thing is, I was playing Final Fantasy VI with some reshade mods on to make it look prettier, but then I realized the game just looks so dark and kind of depressing with those mods on. Then I turned it off and I see Final Fantasy VI is a very colorful game. So it's like, why? My whole thought of what Final Fantasy VI was like completely shifted. And that was the same day that, you know, my save file got bricked. But, you know, you been have kids, Jordan. That's crazy. Streamlabs is good since it doesn't take a cut like greedy YouTube, especially because the thing is, not only does YouTube take a cut from it, but my MCN, you know, managers, they take a cut from that too. So when you guys, you know, donate through being a member or, you know, doing a super chat, I get almost nothing out of that. So it's like, and I feel like it's bad of me not to say something about it. Normally I just be like, oh, hey, thank you, appreciate that. But it's like, I also feel like if you guys decide to donate to me, you guys were kind enough to want to support a creator you like, or at least the one I'm assuming you like. And if I were to just sit there knowing that I'm not getting majority of what that you just donated, I feel like I would, I don't know, I feel like I'd be upset about that. I only know that because I'm a creator, but a lot of people who aren't creators don't know that. So it's like they're throwing this money at creators, but it's really YouTube catching it. It's like, it's baseball or something like that. And, and they out here in the infield over here trying to, or outfield, or I don't know, freaking baseball. They over here trying to catch the ball, but somebody else goes and gets it anyway. I'm just like, dang, dude, that kind of sucks. I would hate to throw my money at somebody and then YouTube takes it instead. They spoil each other, but probably better to play Cross first. No, not the game. Play the song Radical Dreams. Oh, from the Chrono Cross soundtrack. I'll probably download it for the next stream because the only way to put it in the stream is really to download it. I can play it off my browser, but I don't want it to accidentally play something else, something loud go on stream or something like that, even though I don't get ads. But Chrono Cross is a very loose remake. That's what I heard. It's its own thing, but it does cover what's basically in Radical Dreamers. Wait, hold up. Why are y'all being so mean to Madeline? Calm down. Are y'all dissing Lonely too? Alright, hold up. Y'all need to chill. We are not related. Hold up, y'all gotta give me a second. You guys pinging me or something on Discord? Oh, it was Olive. 4. Okay. Mostly one section, but there's a twist in Radical Dreamers that spoils Chrono Cross hardcore. So I probably won't then. If it spoils it that bad, then I probably just keep going with Cross. I still want to read or experience Radical Dreamers afterwards, at least. Yeah, I gotta say, if any game saved my life, it's Persona 5. I got into the Kingdom Hearts through the manga too. Yeah, I was in elementary school when I got the manga. Nice, looking forward to your thoughts on Golden Sun. You ever played Mario RPG? It's a really good game. Confession time, I have not played Mario RPG. Despite it being a game made by Square, I have not played it. I feel like I could have played it when I was younger, but I did not like how the game looked. It's strange because I like how Donkey Kong Country looks, but I didn't like how that game looked. It just did not look appealing to me. I'd love to play through it now, but and I have the game. That's the thing. I have the game now, so it's like I need to play it. I might take a few hours to beat that. I know it's not that long. It's probably like 15 hours or so, 10-15 hours maybe. I mean, actually, I got how long to beat right now. Super Mario RPG. 17 hours. That game is longer than I thought. Well, this is a person who's never beaten a Paper Mario game and honestly doesn't care for any of them. If I were to pick one, I'd probably pick Paper Mario 64 because I genuinely like what I played of that game more than Thousand Year Door. But I know at this point, my opinions don't matter. Respect my element. I am so behind. KH manga is really good. It's very good. It's my first experience with the series. Gosh, yeah, don't do it on mobile or PC. Do you know a game called Puppeteer? It's a good game that no one knows about. I've never heard of Puppeteer. Puppeteer game. Oh, that looks kind of cool. Some people gotta know about it. It's got pretty good reviews. What is it? Oh, it's a platformer. This gameplay. Oh, it's really cool. It looks like it was during that inventive time too, where games were really, trying to be different and stuff, like Little Big Planet and stuff. I think Little Big Planet really started that revolution of having such animated styles and stuff. This definitely looks like a beautiful game. Absolutely beautiful game. And definitely something I'd play if I had a PS3. Not sure if it ever got a port or something to PS4 or something, but definitely looks like a good game. I think you should make it easier to find your merch links, by the way. When I went to buy a hoodie, it took me forever to find the link, but maybe I'm just dumb. No, it's definitely not your fault. You're definitely not dumb. The thing is, when you're looking at my description, even in the stream right now, you gotta press show more to even see it. Like the merch I have, the first thing I have is I have like 3 to 4 lines worth of discussion of what this content you're getting is. Sometimes like for streams I only do like 1, like today, but then you'll see a paragraph of follow me on socials. I'll have member link, Twitch, Instagram, Discord, Twitter, etc. Then underneath that even further we have merch. Credit to Nav for doing my intro and stuff. The thumbnail artist, if I use some art, I don't like using other people's work in a thumbnail. If I do, I'll hit them up and ask for permission. But if I genuinely can't find it, I'll link the artist below. And even if it's not like somebody else, it's not fan art, like a lot of times you'll still see that it says thumbnail artist and it'll just say Square Enix because they made it, or KingdomAce. So it's like, Final Fantasy VI is awesome. I love what I played of it. I loved what I played with it. And I really love all the characters. They're really good characters. Especially since I saw, like, I guess the truth of the backstory for Terra. I thought it was great. I was really liking it. I need to play more of it, though. I gotta start over now. That kind of sucks. Some people think Final Fantasy VI is better than Final Fantasy VII. I'm gonna be real with you. I already am liking Final Fantasy VI more than Final Fantasy VII. I love Final Fantasy VII. I think Final Fantasy VII is great, but I think nostalgia really blinds people for 7. I genuinely think so. But I also like Final Fantasy VII OG more than 7 Remake. So maybe again, my opinions don't matter. Yeah, I'm gonna start telling people to donate to me directly on Twitch once I get that payment. Literally, Streamlabs is the only way people should be donating, because at the end of the day, if you want your viewers to give YouTube more money than you, then keep them super chats on. I mean, part of me is feel like at the end of the day, you get less financial support by having it off. That's just how it is, which sucks. But at the end of the day, I need to push Streamlabs. If you guys are going to donate at all, I need to push it through Streamlabs. One, if you guys really want your money to go to me, I would rather it get to where you want it to go and not get taken from YouTube. YouTube can't touch Streamlabs money. So it's like, you know, because Streamlabs is through a completely different service. The only thing sucks, you got to have a Streamlabs account. But again, it only takes 2 seconds to make one. So, but that's still enough to discourage somebody from even donating though. Infield is inside, dying is outside. Okay, just want to make sure. You lift weights, you look buff. I definitely have done my fair share of weightlifting, so that's probably why you think that. I was also in ROTC for years, so I wouldn't exactly call myself buff, but again, I know we are all our worst enemies. We all see ourselves as the worst, so. You planning to stream Chrono Cross? I don't know. I feel like streaming my first experience with some games is a bad idea. Like, I feel like I wouldn't have liked Dragon Quest XI as much if I streamed that game. It depends. If the game is long, I probably won't. Like, I don't feel like I'm at the point where streaming games longer than 25 hours is a good idea. Like, if it's 40, 50, 60, I'm like, ooh, I don't know if that's a good idea. Like, how long is Chrono Cross? Let's look. Because Chrono Trigger ain't long. Yeah, Chrono Cross is 37 hours. Main story plus extra stuff, and you guys know me as a Chrono guy, I'm sure that extra stuff is worth it. That's 43 hours. That would be a long stream series. If I did it, it would probably be the last stream series of the year, but I also want to get, you know, the next Chrono game under my belt. It's just, you know, I don't want to be doing a series for months, you know? The stream series are good when you can binge them. So it's like, that's why I try to do Nier as quickly as I did. That's why I did. And even though The World Ends With You took too long, it took me a month to do that, which sucks. But I don't think a month for a game is that bad. But it was also the holidays and stuff like that, and I was really trying to grind for 10K. So I felt like I wasn't grinding. I was taking some days to work on other things, you know. So save your reaction for Radical Dreamers song for that. Best experience in the moment. Okay, because I definitely get that. You know, Kingdom of Zeal, bro, going there for the first time and hearing the music for the first time through that, it hit. I don't want my first, experience to the song to be like, oh, that's where this song is from. But it's to hear it and then be like, whoa, you know? Y'all still on this diss tube, bro? Get off that. Do you like Donkey Kong Country games? Yes, I do really like Donkey Kong 1 and 2 a lot. I do like Donkey Kong Country 3 also, but I feel like I didn't like 3 as much as 1 and 2, but I feel like that's the general consensus too. I'm the kind of person that says 1 is the best despite knowing 3 is the best. Despite knowing 2 is the best. I think they're all playing Monster Hunter. I didn't realize the thing was out either. Yeah, they're definitely playing Monster Hunter without me. That sucks. Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2 are the best 16-bit platformers. In terms of level design, I agree. 16-bit platformers? I agree. in terms of level design and everything included, music, everything, part of me feels like I will pick Donkey Kong Country 1 and Mega Man X. I'm also a big fan of Super Mario World. That was my first ever video game, so I'm kind of biased. So if I had to choose, I would probably choose Super Mario World and Mega Man X as my favorite 16-bit platformers. But at the same time, I'm okay to bring up and to cast Mario World aside to know that Donkey Kong Country 1 does have better level design. It's not as easy, and of course it's not as a comfortable ride, but in terms of intricacy and its level design, it is very, very solid. Mega Man X, fantastic. I don't think I need to explain that. It's Mega Man X. Everybody knows it's great, even if you haven't played it before. And the music is phenomenal. I mean, again, I don't need to explain this. Streamlabs was so easy to set up. It only takes a second. Yeah. Puppeteer is on PS4. Oh, awesome. Might have to play that when I get my controller back, or my PS5 at this point. Unless you got the original. Something just crashed out there. Unless you count the original version of the first 3 games, finally beat every single Fire Emblem game. Not really asking a question, I'll just adding to the RPG combo. Hey, that's good. Thracia 776 was crazy. I'm glad you enjoyed your journey, man. Guy, Fire Emblem is one of my favorite game series ever. I really like Fire Emblem as well. I definitely need to go through those games though. I've only sampled a bunch of them, but I haven't beaten a bunch of them. I adored Three Houses. I adored Three Houses so much. I also love, I haven't played it in forever. It's Sacred Stones. Sacred Stone, yes, the Sacred Stones for GBA. This was my first Fire Emblem game, and I loved this game. I was horrible at it, but I would still restart that game and play it, see how far I can get, and restart it again, dude. I loved that game, dude. I loved that game. I could not get into Three Houses though. That's surprising. That game was very good. That was very good. I think that was the first Fire Emblem game I didn't. I beat the other ones too, but that was the one I definitely enjoyed the most. How old are you? I am 23, turning 24. Late into this year. It's true. Line playthroughs can be kind of risky. Cross is longer than Trigger, but not Final Fantasy long, at least in my opinion. Yeah. And if I did, owning the game, I might play it on emulator just for speed ups though. I might do that. I don't mind emulating a game for the sake of a playthrough, just so I can get better quality for the stream. I'll only ever emulate a game I own, especially when I'm, doing a monetized stream. So, what's your first favorite then, Ginma? Blazing Blade was my favorite, then Sacred Stones and Path of Radiance. I know a lot of people like Path of Radiance. That's a Ike's game, right? Yeah, I've actually touched this game before a long time ago. I didn't know who the freak these people were, but I touched it a long time ago. 2005. Oh my goodness, dude. Yeah, I was like in what, first grade? Something like that. It was a long time ago. You mess with the Tales of games. I played Xylia. I didn't really like Zestiria too much. I like the gameplay, but I don't like the characters really. Basiria I've sampled and I really like from the bare minimum I played of it. I really like Symphonia. I like those games. I do like those games. Doing stream series be fun though, like if everybody enjoys it, for sure. Genuinely, I love playing through games. Honestly, those are my favorite kind of streams. I love talking and stuff like that too. I mean, I guess you could say these are my favorite, but if I'm not just talking and I'm playing a game, I'd rather not just play whatever I want. Variety stream kind of thing, or we just play a horror game or something like that. I probably wouldn't be a consistent streamer doing that. Playing through games, that's what I'd like. That's what I like. Maybe it's because I'm an OG Let's Player, I started YouTube as a Let's Player. So, and I love watching Let's Players. I love watching Nico B. I love watching Chuka Conroy, so it's like, I'll go back and go on Twitch and look at some Call Me Johnny's, playthrough of streams, games and stuff like that, John Mina say in the chat, click that man's face and go listen to his music. Great dude. Also check out Genma 2. Good creator. Okay, just waiting for Jordan to catch up with the chat. And I'm catching up. Path of Radiance was on GameCube. Still a phenomenal storytelling experience. I'd love to go through that. But I'm also a wimp, and I know that when people die, they die forever. And that also scares me. It's funny, that game came out... Oh, okay, never mind, I read that wrong. Tales of Money is so good. Yeah, I played it on PS3. I need to play that game again. I didn't beat it though, because that game's hard. But I'd play through it for realsies this year. I definitely plan on playing more of the Tales games this year. So my main RPG goals for this year are Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. I'd love to finish up the mainline Final Fantasy games this year, and I'd like to get through 2 to 3 Dragon Quest games. I know a lot of people expect me to stream those. I might stream 2 of the Final Fantasy ones and 1 Dragon Quest. I know I want to stream through a Dragon Quest game. That's one I know for a fact I want to do that, because I feel like people shoo off Dragon Quest too much, and even myself included. But I feel like the few Dragon Quest games I've played, I think are more unique and have more personality to them than any of the Final Fantasy games I've played. You know, like I thought Dragon Quest 11S blew every Final Fantasy game I played out of the water. Even 9, and I love 9. That game blew that out of the water, bro. And Dragon Quest 9, even though I didn't beat that game, I picked that game and put it back down just because playing it through emulator really sucked. But just playing DS games in general through emulator kind of sucks. But I would really love to pick that game up and actually beat it, because everything about that game is just so cool, dude. You know, it's like, bro, how often do you see, you know, a JRPG where the protagonist is like an angel and stuff, bro? That's freaking cool, dude. Yeah, that's cool. Dragon Quest is so original with stuff, and even when it takes non-original tropes, they still end up presenting it in such a unique manner. Man, I love Dragon Quest. You know, I may be too early into the fandom to really say that, but man, I'm very impressed with the couple games I've played. I'm very impressed. I've been playing Dragon Quest 3, and that game was great. That game is great. That game is great. I'm going through the Tales of series right now. Hey, finished Berseria. I'm currently playing Vesperia. Vesperia is great. That game has such great characters, dude. So I mean, again, I haven't beaten. I've sampled a lot of the Tales of games, but I haven't beaten majority. I don't think I've only beaten 1. I would really love to go through the Trails series this year. I know that fan base is super controversial. At least the Twitter community for it is. But I'd love to actually play those games. Dragon Quest V for sure. Dragon Quest V and 9, those are the ones I'm really debating on streaming. I hadn't decided yet, but everybody keeps saying 5's got like the best story. I hear 4 is really good, especially through the mobile one, because it restores content that was lost for the game, and I hear it just makes it a phenomenal experience. So it's like, I don't know, but 5 is what I universally hear is the best. So it's like, but if it can beat Dragon Quest 11S, at least in storytelling and characters, then we gonna have a good time. I'd probably play the DS version though. Does Dragon Quest 5 have a phone version? Might have to check, because I remember I was just getting the Dragon Quest games on phone. I was just getting them, so I could even own it, not even remember it. Yep, it is certainly on there, and I certainly have it. Path of Radiance covers a lot of narratives about oppression. That's certainly a game that a lot of people need to play nowadays then. They seriously need to do a remake, remaster of Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn, because they're some of the best games in the series, but they are rare and sold badly originally too. Yeah, they kind of force people to, you know, go to emulation, because it's like, I mean, I'd rather not emulate games, but when they're so hard to come by, you know, it's kind of like, well, dang, how else am I supposed to play it, kind of thing. See, that's another thing I don't like about the Dragon Quest mobile games, though. Like, even though it feels fine, the game is played, it's played in a horizontal manner. So instead of being landscape, like how, you know, 16:9, how you're seeing me right now, imagine it was just long ways. That's how the Dragon Quest mobile games are. Once you get past that, it's fine. But when we stream that, we gonna have so much negative space on that screen, dude, and that's gonna get to me. But looking at the reviews, dude, people are saying these Dragon Quest games are great on mobile, though. I mean, for what I played of Dragon Quest 3 on mobile, it's great. But I also double dipped and got it for Switch also. Yo, Luca on the wall, dude. Yo, it's funny. I've actually seen these things. Those like acrylic things. Like the perlers and stuff. I've seen those on Etsy, and I almost got them. But it's like, bro, I need to figure something out for myself, because if I got it, I'd end up being they'd end up being hidden behind that thing, and I don't want it to be hidden. I mean, for videos they'd be there. It's funny because as much as I love Chrono Trigger, I don't have a single piece of Chrono Trigger merch. I'm a fake fan. Jordan, go to sleep, JK. She knows she was being talked about. No problem, John. I have a heck of a remaster then. Streaming 3 hours on Twitch and uploading VOD on channel since Jordan plugged me anyway. Hey, on my last route right now. Hey, Dragon Quest 5 for sure. Which Final Fantasy games haven't you played? 1, 2, 3, 5. 10-2. And that's it for all the ones I've never touched. But I haven't beaten 6. I haven't beaten, well, I've beaten 8, but honestly, I remember nothing from my playthrough besides how I felt about characters. So I'll count 8 as not being beaten either, but touched. I haven't beaten 6, 8, 10, 10-2. I've never touched 10-2, but I touched 10. 12. I really like 12. It kind of plays like an MMO. I think that's it. I've sampled 14, but I haven't beaten it, so I guess that also counts too. But Trails fans can be interesting, but legit in love with the games. Also, Fire Emblem Heroes. And 3 Houses, because I also play 3 Houses like that. I don't want to lose my guys forever. Just dropped to say hi because I miss y'all and be around more. Over here waiting to hear someone mention Metal Gear. What about Metal Gear? I love Metal Gear though. I do. I genuinely love those games. I mean movies. I mean games. Need to sleep? Go to sleep, Danielle. Wait, I think at one point I had a poster for Chrono Trigger DS. I need something Chrono Trigger, dude. I need a poster, I need a t-shirt, I need something. Yes, I own Chrono Trigger. I own Chrono Trigger on everything. I own it on DS. I own it on mobile. I own it on PC. SNES, despite not having an SNES. I have practically every version of Chrono Trigger. The only version of Chrono Trigger I don't have is the Final Fantasy IV, Final Fantasy IV and Chrono Trigger PS1 re-release. I don't have that version. Etsy has a lot of cool stuff I really want to buy. Some of the stuff I bought from there. Yeah, Etsy's really cool. Like if you really want some good gaming knickknacks and stuff like that, or anime knickknacks, Etsy's a good way to go. You can get some stuff for pretty cheap. They even sell like reproduction cartridges. Like if you want a physical English version of Mother 3, you can get it from there. So it's like, and site's totally legit. Metal Gear has no right to be as good as it is, especially through storytelling. It is very much a complex series, but it's pretty good. Like, I can't say I don't enjoy it. Like, I feel like it's part of the Metal Gear experience to not fully understand Metal Gear's story, but at the same time, it's very Metal Gear to enjoy everything you're seeing anyway. So it's like, I know some people don't like how MGS4 is mainly cutscenes, but it's still like, at the end of the day, it was still good, bro. It was still good. And the gameplay that is in that game was still like better than everything before it. I will say though, MGS5 is really rough to play though, because there's so much gameplay and there's not enough story in that game, dude. Not enough story in that game for multiple reasons. Final Fantasy V is the best one of the ones you haven't played. Yeah, I heard 3 isn't that great. It's very general JRPG. Oh, nameless heroes. You are the ones to protect the crystal or whatever. It's very like that. Final Fantasy 3 is the worst. Really? You think so? From what I hear, Final Fantasy 2 is like undoubtedly the worst. And Final Fantasy and Tales are two series that legit feel motivation to get into it all, and I have no idea why. I love RPGs, but I'm way more into Final Fantasy 7 verse than the rest of Final Fantasy. I'm the complete opposite. As much as I love Final Fantasy 7, I'm kind of tired of hearing about it, mainly because I know a bunch about the other ones. So it's like, I'm trying to see 9 and 4 get more representation and stuff too. The fact that Final Fantasy Brave Exvius was doing a 4 collaboration was great. Brave Exvius, that was War for the Visions they were doing it for, but Brave Exvius was doing a Union Crossing Dark Road collab recently. That was pretty cool. Want to get DS version? DS version is great. I don't think it was the original one that had I think the PS1 is actually that changed the script. Could have been the DS version actually, because that's what I have, but the SNES version, DS version have different scripts. And the DS version is much better. The script that the creators truly feel is the game at its peak is in the newest version you can buy on mobile, PC, DS, etc. Mother 3 versus Earthbound. Mother 3 without a shout of a doubt. Mother 3 is one of my favorite RPGs. Mother 3 is phenomenal. It's criminal we don't have that game officially localized. The fact that the team that localized, that English translated the entirety of Mother 3 offered to give it to Nintendo for free without them having to do anything, and they still turned it down is criminal. Absolutely criminal. Absolutely criminal. MGS3 is the best in my opinion. MGS3 is the one I'll go back to. I think the end game has pacing issues. I don't really like the ending, but I can easily go and boot up MGS3 and enjoy myself. MGS3 is one I really like. I do really like MGS3. Peace Walker I can also enjoy too. MGS4, you're not going to boot up MGS4, I'll be real with you. Even though I really like the story in that game, there's a lot of cutscenes, so it's like, I'm not going to do that. MGS5, I'll probably, if I really just want to get some stealth espionage action, without any story, I'll probably just boot up MGS5 because it's the most accessible. It's on PC. I have it on PC. I have it on PS4. I own MGS5 multiple times. I'll probably boot that one up first. Metal Gear Solid is the only series I think could rival Kingdom Hearts for me. That's surprising to hear that from you. Thought you would have said Final Fantasy. Have a nice night to all, and have a good night. All right, Electronic Pump, you have a good one. Thanks for being here so long. Earthbound is overrated. You heard it here first. LLJK, but I legit don't like it. Have yet to try Mother 3. Bro, Genma, I will tell you right now, please do yourself a favor and play Mother 3. I probably, the thing is, I like Earthbound, but man, it is like, I ain't even thinking about Earthbound. Be real with you. Be real with you. It is nothing like Mother 3. I think the weakest thing for me is Earthbound's story is way too subtle. It's way too subtle. I get they're trying to do the Charlie Brown thing where these kids are put into an adult situation kind of thing, and they're going through something that most adults probably couldn't handle, and it's kind of forcing these young kids to become adults earlier on. And I get the very subtleties of its storytelling, but it's too subtle. I feel it's too subtle, and I feel the characters are not explored enough verbally to really get me invested. I do like the Earthbound cast, I do, but I don't think they were explored. That's why if they were to remake any of those games, I'd want it to be Earthbound. I do think Earthbound Beginnings has the same issue, of course, but in a way, Earthbound is kind of Earthbound Beginnings in a way too. In a way, it's almost as if they tried to remake the game again, but but in a way, it's, you could just say Earthbound is a loose remake of Earthbound Zero or Earthbound Beginnings. At least that's how it felt when playing it. But I promise you, Mother 3 is the one. It's the one. I promise you. Of that decade of 2000 to 2010, right underneath Xenoblade as the best story in video games is certainly Mother 3 for me, for sure. I like MGS3 when it wasn't trying to be wilderness survival simulator. Yeah, the camo thing was kind of lame, but I mean, you can exploit it, especially if you were playing the 3DS version. You could really exploit it, but I don't know. I still liked it. So Misha, is it Misha or Misha? I think it's Misha. Let me know. I know you've been in the streams here before, but it's kind of been a little minute, at least from what I believe. But what's poppin'? It's good to see you here. Mother 3 made me ball, bro. You're a monster if you don't cry at the end of that game. You're a monster if you don't cry at the end of that game. Rose, you played a lot of stuff. It's good. I like to see cultured people in my chat. That's what I like to talk about. That's why I love RPGs. I love seeing cultured people. I didn't realize my viewer base was this cultured. Y'all are more cultured than my friends. My close circle of friends I usually talk to, y'all are more cultured than them. Seems to be a recurring trend of SNES sequels being pseudo remakes. I mean, it certainly was. It certainly was. Like, it needed it too. It needed it. I think Earthbound is indefinitely better than Earthbound Beginnings. I certainly do, especially from a gameplay perspective too. Like, Earthbound Beginnings was so inconsistent. And like, literally, the fact that fans had to make patches to balance the game better goes to show you that game wasn't, it's old. It's old. Final Fantasy 3 in Japan literally remade Final Fantasy 1 on the same cartridge alongside the sequel campaign. Bruh. I'm one of the few who like Earthworm Jim more than Earthworm Jim 2. I don't think I've ever played Earthworm Jim. I know who he is, of course, I feel like if you're around my age, who doesn't know that at least? Final Fantasy. Oh, Fire Emblem 3. Okay. Sorry, Gitland. Have you played Undertale? Yes, I actually played Undertale the week it came out, I believe. It was my friend Oscar who really pushed me to play it originally. Don't really talk to Oscar too much anymore, but I definitely remember him fondly. It definitely got me on Undertale. It was like the week it came out. I didn't get to play it day one because honestly I didn't hear about it, but I did experience that game very early on, before it became Undertale. Earthworm Jim and Toe Jam and Earl are great. Yeah, y'all must be older than me. I mean, I know what that is too, but I haven't really played it. Kingsley Adventure. Yes, I do know Kingsley Adventure. Yeah. Hard game to go back to. That's mainly because of the controls. But I think it's hard to go back to because of the controls. But I still think of it fondly, I still think of it fondly. I still got my PS1 over there. I don't own the game anymore though. I never technically owned it. I only borrowed it from a friend, but I still play the game and I really liked it. It's pretty short, but you know, even though it's not a platformer, it's more like an action adventure game. But those kind of action adventure games with tank controls, still, it's hard to go back to for me. Even though I can still boot up, you know, Resident Evil and play that no problem. But that game was really designed around it. Kingsley Adventure was designed around it too. But I feel the static camera angles helps it in that situation for Resident Evil. So that's kind of how I feel, Andrew. Like, I don't see how some people can think, the game before it is better than it. You know, I don't know. It'd be like that. Play some random Earthworm Jim game on N64 or something. Castlevania games are great too. Yes, Castlevania games are very good. Super Castlevania 4 is great. Symphony of the Night is great. I know Symphony of the Night's different, but you know, I love Symphony of the Night. Like the music in the Castlevania games. You guys have probably heard me use Castlevania in videos before, some of the music. But man, I gotta start putting more in videos, dude. It's just I always, you guys know, when I make videos, I try to go for a certain mood. I'm trying to make you feel a certain way, and I'm trying to do it unconsciously. I'm talking about something, but the mood of how I'm speaking and the music alongside my voice is supposed to be making you and changing your mood into how, whatever mood that fits the point I'm trying to make. So, and Castlevania doesn't always fit that, you know, despite being more haunting sometimes it's more whimsical. It's pretty freaking great, dude. It's pretty great. Have you played any of the Mario and Luigi games for GBA or DS? Yes, I have. Unfortunately for Mario RPGs, I am also not really, I guess, seasoned with it. I've sampled Superstar Saga. I played like half of Partners in Time when I was younger, and I liked it, but I didn't like it as much as Superstar Saga. I loved Bowser's Inside Story. I played through that game like I was on something, bro. Like I beat that game and I loved that game. Bowser's Inside Story was that one for me. I really liked that one. Aria of Sorrow and Portrait of Ruin for GBA and DS. I haven't actually played those ones. I'm not a super aficionado of Castlevania. I've only really beaten a few of them, like Rondo of Blood, you know, Super Castlevania 4, Symphony of the Night, Dracula X as well. Put Dearly Beloved on, please. Do I have Dearly Beloved downloaded though? That's the thing. That is the question. Let's scroll back into these thousands of songs. Let's go to the Kingdom Hearts section. We have the Kingdom Hearts Key, Dearly Beloved. That one is really good. That one is slept on so much, dude. There's the back cover version too. We might have to do that one. I haven't heard that one in a minute. Not that I'm hearing anything you guys are hearing in the first place. You guys are hearing music. I hear nothing. I hear nothing. I think I can make it to where I hear it too, but I don't got time for that. We have the Kingdom Hearts 1, Dearly Beloved. I'll just play the back cover version. I'll say this though, if you want a game that gives you feels, Fire Emblem 4 is a great game if you can get used to the game. Probably the most unique Fire Emblem game I've ever played. Sounds good. What's it on? What about Shadow Tower? Shadow Tower. Shadow Tower. What is this? Oh, it's a FromSoft game on PS1. Is this a point and click game? Because what's that? This is like a horror game. Oh, it says it's an RPG. Shadow Tower. 1998 game from Software. The game was originally released then. Okay. Re-released on PlayStation Network in North America in 2015. There's similarities with Kingsfield. It's an action-oriented dungeon crawler. First-person style. Okay. It reminded me of Echo Knight. Yeah, Echo Knight is also a series that From Software did on the PS1, and those games are great. They're like first person thriller, horror, adventure games kind of thing. They're very story oriented. I wouldn't even really call it horror. It's horror themed to where you're dealing with ghosts, but in a way it's kind of Majora's Mask themed to where all the NPCs, all the ghosts, all have like their own story arcs and stuff like that. And you help solve their problems so they can pass on, to the next life, so they can pass on. And I thought that was genius. The way they do that is very great. It really reminds me of Majora's Mask, but I guess this game predates that. I wouldn't even be surprised if, Majora's Mask took its approach to side quests, from Echo Knight. They're very, very reminiscent of each other. What's your favorite Dearly Beloved? Probably either the Days version or the Union Cross or Unchained Key version. Only 12 chapters, but they are like 5 times the size of regular Fire Emblem maps, and they actually tell some of the story over the course of the maps, and each map had unique themes. That's good to hear then. SNES, you'll have to fan translate it though. Recommend Project Naga. Okay. OG Dearly Beloved, my favorite. Cage 2 Dearly Beloved is really good too. Kingdom Hearts 3 Dearly Beloved is really good. All Dearly Beloved is really good. I didn't listen to that Christmas Dearly Beloved. Yoko Shimomura released a Christmas version of Dearly Beloved this year. Well, this past Christmas in 2020. And I didn't hear that yet. Everybody else was sharing it around, like saying, oh, it's great. Yes, I did play Deltarune. I played Deltarune the day it came out. It was phenomenal. Even though it's only chapter 1, I have kept up with Toby Fox's updates about it and stuff. Basically, it's coming, especially since he basically gave in and started working with other people. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm impressed he was able to do what he did for Undertale by himself. I mean, yeah, I think making any game by yourself is impressive. Making an entire game by yourself is impressive. It doesn't matter what kind of game it is. Guy who made Stardew Valley did it by himself. That's phenomenal. So it's like, the fact that he was willing to put that aside, he really wanted to make this game by himself, and he was for a long time, which is why it's taken so long. But at the end of the day, he realized if he wants to get this out in a timely manner and he wants it to be as good as it could be, he needs to work with other people. He was even recruiting people on Twitter. He said, if you want to submit an application, go ahead and do it. Have you played Rocket Knight Adventures or Sparkster for Sega Gen or SNES? See, I have sampled Rocket Knight Adventures, but it was a very long time ago. Yeah, that was OG. Yeah, I played this at my uncle's house because that was actually how I played Sonic for the first time also, because he owned a Genesis. I don't think I've played Sparkster though. This is the last thing I'll say about Fire Emblem, but if you decide to play Fire Emblem 4, it's probably the darkest thing Nintendo ever made. People unironically compare it to Game of Thrones. Jeez. I respect Toby Fox a lot. Yeah, I respect him. Some people don't like him, and I'm just like, why? Maybe there's some stuff I don't know, but I generally think he's a pretty good dude. It's past midnight now. I did not mean to stream this long. I mean, I streamed for 2.5 hours. I wasn't going to stream at all, but I might not be streaming tomorrow. It depends on plans with my friend, with me being in their stream, so it depends. But I'm probably going to end the stream now. Undertale is not one of my favorite games or anything, but man, that guy really knew how to resonate with people. He certainly did. His approach to storytelling was fantastic. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end stream here for now, everyone. If you guys will know if I'm streaming tomorrow. I will, put the stream, schedule a stream, even if it's last minute. I'll put it up, and I really recommend being in the Discord server, because I'll probably say if I'm streaming first there. So I really recommend you guys join the Discord server. Discord is completely free. It takes like 2 minutes at the very longest to make an account. If you don't have one, you don't even have to download an app. You can just go on it through the browser, talk with other people in the community, and have fun. Honestly, the same kind of talks we have here, we do in the Discord server. So it's easy enough to just do that. And it's a great way to support me as well. Again, if you guys did want to financially support me as a creator, you guys can use the link that's pinned up top to actually support me. That way, if you wanted to donate, even if it was $1, it would still very, very much help me out. Or you can use that and become a member instead. Hopefully, if I don't stream tomorrow, hopefully I'll take tomorrow to get some membership perks and stuff like that for the whole community. That way we can actually push it. But thank you guys so much for all showing your love and support for me today. It really did mean a lot. If you guys would like, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. That way you never have to worry about following me on social media and stuff like that to make sure you're gonna get it. I mean, you should follow me on social media anyway, because we be lit on there. But there's my Twitter if you guys want it. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is KingdomAce, and remember, my warriors of courage, to stay strong, stay beautiful, and always look skyward. Have a good night. Good night, everyone. Good night. Good night. Good night.